It starts with a calm ocean. No storm. No warning. No sign of danger. A cargo ship moves steadily across open water. The crew is relaxed. Instruments show nothing unusual. The horizon is clear. And then, without a single explosion, without a distress call, without even time to react, the ship is just gone. Not damaged. Not drifting. Gone. No wreckage. No survivors. No explanation. This isn't fiction. There are real places in the world's oceans where ships have vanished like this, leaving behind nothing but questions. And for decades, these disappearances have been blamed on myths, legends, and supernatural forces. But the truth? The truth is far more terrifying. Because the ocean doesn't need storms, it doesn't need waves, it doesn't even need to touch you, to destroy you completely. In this video, we're uncovering the real water phenomena that can swallow entire ships, silently, instantly, and without a trace. And by the end, you'll understand why even modern ships aren't as safe as we think. For centuries, sailors told stories of waves that shouldn't exist. Massive walls of water rising out of nowhere, 3 times higher than surrounding waves, striking ships with unimaginable force. But no one believed them. Because scientifically, waves like that were considered impossible. Until they were proven real. They're called rogue waves. And they are one of the most dangerous ocean phenomena ever recorded. Imagine sailing through what looks like a normal sea. Waves are predictable. Your ship is stable. Then suddenly, a wave rises, towering, vertical, unstoppable. Not 5 meters. Not 10. But over 25 meters high. That's as tall as a building. And it doesn't come with warning. Rogue waves form when multiple wave systems collide and combine their energy into a single, massive surge. It's like the ocean focusing all its power into one point. When that wave hits a ship, the results are catastrophic. Steel bends. Windows shatter. Hulls crack. Even modern cargo ships, engineered to survive extreme conditions, can be overwhelmed in seconds. And the scariest part? These waves don't follow patterns. They don't show up on forecasts. They don't give you time to escape. They just appear, and then disappear, leaving destruction behind. Now imagine something even more disturbing. What if the ocean didn't need a wave to sink you? What if the water itself stopped supporting your ship? Deep beneath the ocean floor, there are vast deposits of methane gas, trapped under layers of sediment for thousands of years. But sometimes, that gas escapes. And when it does, it rises rapidly toward the surface in massive bubbles. This creates something terrifying. A section of ocean that behaves more like foam than water. Here's the problem. Ships float because water is dense. But when methane bubbles mix into the water, the density drops drastically. Meaning? Your ship loses buoyancy. It's no longer floating on solid water. It's sitting on something closer to air. And when that happens, it doesn't slowly sink. It drops. Fast. There's no time to react. No time to send a signal. One moment you're afloat, next moment, you're underwater. Completely swallowed. Scientists have even recreated this in experiments. Scale models of ships placed in methane-rich water sink almost instantly, without damage, without warning. Just gone. And some experts believe this phenomenon may explain mysterious disappearances in certain parts of the ocean. Places where ships didn't just sink, they vanished. You've seen whirlpools in movies. Spinning water pulling everything into a dark center. It looks exaggerated. Dramatic. Unreal. But in reality? Whirlpools are very real, and in certain conditions, they are powerful enough to destroy ships. One of the most famous examples is the maelstrom, a massive whirlpool created by strong tidal currents. When opposing currents collide with underwater geography, they can create a rotating vortex of water. Now imagine being caught in one. Your ship begins to turn. Slowly at first, then faster. The current drags you toward the center. The pull becomes stronger. Control is lost. Engines struggle, but it's useless. And as you spiral inward, the force increases. Water crashes over the deck. The hull strains under pressure. And then, you're pulled under. What makes whirlpools especially dangerous is their unpredictability. They can form quickly, change strength rapidly, and disappear just as fast. And in narrow channels or coastal regions, they can become powerful enough to threaten even large vessels. You won't always see them coming. But once you're in, there's almost no way out. Not all ocean dangers are violent. Some are silent, invisible, and just as deadly. The ocean isn't one uniform body of water. It has layers, different temperatures, different densities. Sometimes, ships move between these layers without even realizing it. But under certain conditions, these layers can create instability. Sudden shifts in water density can affect how a ship floats. Combine that with temperature differences and currents, and you get a dangerous situation. But the real danger? Cold water shock. If a ship begins to sink in extremely cold waters, survival chances drop dramatically. Within minutes, the human body loses control. Breathing becomes erratic. Muscles stop functioning. Even if someone escapes the ship, the water itself becomes the killer. And this is what makes ocean disasters so brutal. It's not just the sinking. It's what comes after. Now imagine the ocean floor itself collapsing. Massive sections of underwater land suddenly giving way. This creates what's known as an underwater landslide. And when it happens, it can displace enormous amounts of water. The result? A sudden surge. Not always visible on the surface immediately, but incredibly powerful below. Ships above these events may experience sudden, violent shifts in water movement. Stability is lost. Balance is gone. And in extreme cases, this can trigger tsunamis. Most people think of tsunamis as coastal disasters. But their origin? Deep in the ocean. A powerful underwater shift sends energy outward in all directions. In open water, these waves may seem small. But their speed is terrifying, reaching up to 800 kilometers per hour. If a ship is caught in the wrong position, the energy transfer can be devastating. And unlike storms, there's no warning in the sky. The danger comes from below. No conversation about disappearing ships is complete without mentioning one place, the Bermuda Triangle. For years, it has been associated with unexplained vanishings, lost ships, and mysterious forces. Stories of compasses spinning, electronics failing, ships and planes disappearing without a trace. But is it really supernatural? Or is there a scientific explanation? Many researchers now believe that some incidents in this region could be linked to the very phenomena we've discussed. Methane gas eruptions. Sudden storms. Rogue waves. Even unique magnetic variations that can interfere with navigation. Individually, these are dangerous. Combined? They create one of the most unpredictable environments on Earth. So maybe the mystery isn't about something paranormal. Maybe it's about something worse. A place where multiple deadly ocean forces overlap. You might think modern technology has solved these problems. Advanced radar, satellite tracking, reinforced hulls. But here's the truth. Technology can only predict what we understand. And the ocean? We don't fully understand it. Rogue waves still surprise ships. Methane eruptions are nearly impossible to detect in real time. Underwater landslides happen without warning. Even the most advanced vessels can't prepare for something they don't see coming. And when disaster strikes at sea, help is often hours or days away. That isolation makes every threat more dangerous. Because out there, you're on your own. There's a reason ocean disasters feel so terrifying. It's not just the danger. It's the unknown. When something happens on land, there are clues, evidence, survivors. But in the ocean? Everything disappears. No footprints. No remains. No clear answers. Just water. Endless, silent water. And that uncertainty fuels fear. Because when a ship vanishes without explanation, our minds fill in the blanks. Sometimes with myths. Sometimes with monsters. But often, the real explanation is something we simply can't see. The ocean doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't follow rules. And it doesn't care how advanced we become. Beneath its surface are forces powerful enough to crush steel, erase ships, and leave no trace behind. Rogue waves that rise from nowhere. Gas eruptions that turn water into a trap. Whirlpools that pull entire vessels under. These aren't legends. They're real. And they're happening right now. Somewhere in the vast, open ocean, a ship is moving through calm water. The crew feels safe. Everything looks normal. But below them, something is shifting. Something they can't see. Something they won't escape. And when it happens, there won't be a signal. There won't be a warning. Just silence. And then, nothing. If you found this disturbing, that's because it is. The ocean still holds secrets we haven't uncovered. And some of them are far more dangerous than we ever imagined. Subscribe for more videos uncovering the hidden dangers of our world. Because the next story might be even worse.